hi.
Hi.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your
Okay.
help. We met now in Maia. Maia is a city near Porto in Portugal. First of all, I want to thank you personally, you as an ordinary Portuguese, for your help, because actually Portugal, one of the most pro-Ukrainian countries in European Union, and you stably are in the 10 most proactive countries in supplying the weapons, supplying the humanitarian aid, the political support. This is my actually one question, because the Ukrainians will see and they cannot understand why Portugal is so geographically distant from Ukraine, but you're politically very close. You help us a lot. What is the phenomenon of your country? Why we have so common, and you are so pro-Ukrainian? I would say the society of Portugal.
You know, for me and for every Portuguese people, it's very important to keep the peace in Europe, to respect the other people, to respect the international law, to respect the democracy, to respect the autonomy of the countries, to respect international law, but human rights. So, for us, the Russian Federation make a great violation of international law, because they enter in the territory of Ukrainian without a motive for us. So, for us, as I said to you, for Portugal, we have a very important relation with human rights and the justice. And I think is that.
Do you remember the date, the 24th of February, where you were? How you perceive this aggression of Russia?
Yes, I remember
Ukraine?
because during the night I wake up maybe for 4 or 5 hours during the morning, and I have the TV open, and I remember that I thought, I was regarding History Canal História in Portuguese, because I saw things that make me remember a war, but it's not Canal História, History Channel.
Yeah, it was real.
It was real. And the thing that I thought, because every people talks in Europe, even in Portugal, that we can have a conflict between Russia and Ukrainian, but I don't believe that.
I also remember
it happened. No,
I also
don't will happen.
Yeah.
And finally, it happened. So it was a very strange day, because in the next days we began to see tanks, combat cars,
Soldiers here, military.
soldiers, militaries, and I thought for me, after the Second War, we built a project in Europe that now is European Union, that makes our territory a territory of peace. Of course, you can say to me, but Ukrainian is not a part of European Union. Okay, that's right. But in real, Ukraine is a part of Europe. So we thought that in the next years we'll never have a war. But nowadays we have a war inside Europe.
Actually, this is my next questions, because which I wanted to ask about the the steps which you made personally? Because I know that you are responsible for international relations in the municipal
Yes.
of Maia, and I know that a lot of Ukrainians came here and
Yes.
you helped. What are the main steps you did here after the aggression? I mean, concerning the helping Ukrainians.
When we became to see people running, of course we contact associations that are working in Portugal in terms of helping Ukrainian people, and we began to think what can do, and we made a mission that includes bus. I don't know how many bus, but a bus that goes to the border with Poland and Ukrainian, and we keep a lot of Ukrainian people, and you bring us to us, and after we receive them here in Portugal, and we find houses for them, and we create a team to accompany the people and the needs of the people. We have a very important relation with an association of Ukrainian people, Amizade.
Yeah. This
Amizade.
is in Porto.
In Porto, that help a lot to create the good conditions with us to give some help to the.
You express solidarity.
We express solidarity, and of course we are always very concerned with the victims that we see every day in the TV. Look, as I said to you, for us it's very important to keep the rights, humanitarian rights. It's very, very important for us to stop this war.
This is actually my last two questions. One more political, one more in perspective, I would say. The first question concerns your activity as a member of the National Assembly. You're a member of the Parliament. You see the situation in Europe. Now, after the 1.5 year of this second aggression of Russia against Ukraine, what the consequences you see of the war for Europe and for your country, if you speak about the real situation?
You know, Portugal is a member of the European Union, so the consequences are very similar, because our economy is very interdependent. The first consequence was the price of energy. They become high and high. Raw materials also high and high. Price of food high and high. It was the consequence in terms of economics. Political, the European Union and Portugal also, we are very strong, saying that we can admit this violation, this international violation from Russian Federation. So we must help Ukraine. Ukraine needs our help because they need to defend their own territory and their own people, their own population. That's because we made a lot of sanctions to the Russian economy, to the Russian Federation, but we also help with money and equipment and with food and another needs population from Ukraine.
I know. That's actually very important for us. your help from the society, from the political level, and I know that your political party and your personal, I think you will keep on supporting our side, our country, as a Portuguese, as a Europeans actually. And my last question concerning the perspective. You know that before the interview, you said me one important thing, Andrey. We have to do something now.
Yes.
If the war will continue, the conflict will continue.
Yes.
We shouldn't wait. Just when it will be. So, what are the methods? What are the tools you see how we can make the Ukraine and Portugal, European Union also closer to each other?
Of course, you are two levels, the national level and the European level and the local level.
In the regions.
If you can talk about the national and the European level. Of course, Portugal and the European Union must remain the help that they are doing to the population of Ukraine and to the government of Ukraine. In terms of, and made something to find a solution. Sometimes I ask me, is it possible? It's possible to find a solution. Sometimes I ask, I want a solution because we need to stop this war because the victims, we are talking about old people, children, women, but human lives. You can admit in the 21st century to have a war like that. You must find a solution to stop the war. But we have also to have justice. The international law is very important to become the good strategy for the future and for the present to create the right conditions of peace. If you respect the international law, you don't have conflicts like that, like this conflict. The local level
It's more practical.
is more practical.
Yeah.
Because I think to myself, we have a part of Ukrainian that is in war. But you have also a part of Ukrainian that that pass the consequences of the war, but it's not war. You don't have war. People still living
Try to
like
live.
try to living like in the past.
Yeah.
They work. Maybe they don't have holidays like us, but they work. They live. They don't receive bombs, even missiles.
And the working of the economy in the not front line is important to support the national economy.
And the economy goes on.
Yeah.
So I think it's important the local governments of the European Union, even Portugal, and Maia, my city, is also able to that, to share some cooperation in terms of education, economy, sports, cultures,
Environment.
And I think it's very important because sometimes we don't believe, but we must believe more in the local contributes for the global challenges. So I think it's very important that local governments made something real with some territories, some cities of Ukraine that are able also to make some cooperation to share some experience in this moment. Because, like I said to you, is the right time to prepare the present, but to prepare also the future, the after the war.
I like your long-term vision. Thanks for your interview. Thanks for your sincere words of support. Thanks for your ideas. I think with the people such you, is it quite possible to establish very good, warm relations between Ukrainians and Portuguese? I think that with your desire, with your ambition, with your capacity, it's much more easier to do it very quickly. And I like your idea that we shouldn't wait. We shouldn't find a way how to be interconnected now. And it will be very, very important also for the victory of Ukraine.
And it's very important we learn to live together. We have different cultures.
Yeah, language.
Different language. But we can live in the present, in the future, together in peace. It's good for everyone.
Yes,
for me and for you.
Thank you. Thank you.